Ever open your Microsoft Access database only to discover it's suddenly read-only and you can't save any changes? Don't panic, it's usually an easy fix. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by Access Learning Zone. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about why your Microsoft Access database might be opening in read-only mode, what that actually means, and the common reasons why it happens. We'll go through the causes one by one and show you exactly how to get your database working normally again. Today's question comes from Melissa in Boise, Idaho, one of my gold members. Melissa asks, how do I fix my Microsoft Access database when it suddenly opens in read-only mode? I was updating some customer records yesterday, but today I can't save any changes. I don't know if I clicked something by accident or if there's something wrong with the database. Is there an easy way to figure out what's causing it? Well, Melissa, let's take a look at what that means and what it could be from. All right, so what does read-only mean? Well, it simply means that Access has decided it's not going to let you make changes. Now, the important question is why. Sometimes Windows has marked the file read-only, sometimes another user has the database open, sometimes Access can't create the little lock file it needs, and sometimes you're working with an ACCDE file that's intentionally locked down. And also, there's a big difference between not being able to change any data in the database versus not being able to make any design changes in the database. We'll talk about that too. Now, the good news is that most of these problems are very easy to fix once you know what's causing them. So let's walk through the most common causes one by one, starting with the easiest things to check first, and then we'll go to some weirder ones. All right, so the first question is, did you open it in read-only mode? So before we start checking Windows settings or blaming the database, let's make sure Access itself isn't doing exactly what you asked it to. Most people simply double-click on an Access database in File Explorer, or they got a shortcut on their desktop, and that's perfectly fine. But if you use File Open and you browse and pick a file this way, you'll see next to the Open button, there's a little drop-down, and there's some options in here. Right, and there's Open, which is open the database normally, right? That's if you just click the Open button. But then there's Open Read Only. Now, this lets you look around, but you can't save any design changes or modify the data. And it's easy to accidentally click the wrong one. One time I went to try to open Exclusive, and I accidentally hit Read Only. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't do anything. And then I'm like, oh, duh. Right? But what are these other ones? Well, Open Exclusive, this opens the database for you so no one else can use it while you have it open. Developers often use this when making design changes to back-end database files. Right? Open Exclusive read-only just combines both of those restrictions. So before you start doing any weird troubleshooting, just make sure you're not in read-only mode. That's the easy solution, right? All right, now the next thing to check is the database file itself. So in File Explorer, or wherever you got your database file sitting, right, you want to make sure, first of all, that your database has an ACCDB extension. We'll talk about ACCDEs in a minute. But find your database file, not the shortcut, the actual database file itself. All right, right-click on it and go to Properties. Now, it's way down on the bottom of this list, but there's Properties on here. So pick Properties. You get this guy. Now, first off, if you see this security warning here, this file came from another computer, it might be blocked. Unblock it. I just downloaded a copy of this and hit Apply. That was yesterday's video. That was the video about the security warnings and the blocked content. All right, go watch this video if you want to learn more about that. But what we care about right now is near the bottom of the General tab here, you'll see an Attributes section. It says Read Only. If this box is checked, clear it. Right, if this box is checked, clear it and then hit Apply. Okay? That could mean that someone made this file read only. Could have been you, could have been your grandma, could have been someone else on your network. Who knows? And another thing to test, if you can't do that, copy this to another local location, like copy this file to your desktop, right? Copy here, and then try working with this file. See if this one got read-only or not, if you can make this one not read-only. And then if you can work with this one but not this one, it might be a folder permission problem. Which that brings up the next issue. Check the folder, right? It's one of the most common causes, especially if your database is stored on a network drive. So when Access opens the database, it doesn't just read the database file. It also creates a tiny little helper in the same folder. And this file has the same name as your database, but it's named LACCDB, or LDB if you're still using one of the really old versions. All right, so if I open up Tech Help here, right? You'll see an ACCDB file got created. That's the lock file. That's a little file. It's a text file that Access uses to keep track of different stuff. All right, who's using the database, which records are being edited, all that kind of stuff. Now, here's the important part. If Access doesn't have permission to create or update the lock file, it will open your database in read-only mode. So don't just check the database. You got to check the folder that contains it. You have to have read-write permission, full read-write permission to that folder. All right, same thing. Here's the folder. Right-click, go to Properties. Again, it's down off the bottom of the screen there, but it says Properties, right? Now, this brings up a good point here, and I should mention this. This is a shortcut to a folder, okay? So you want to actually open File Location. That'll bring you to the actual target folder, and that finds it here. And yes, I have a Rush Lyrics database. Don't judge me. All right, but here's the actual folder that contains that database. So again, right-click, come down to Properties. Yeah, it's way down on the bottom of the list there, Properties. And here's the properties for that actual folder. You'll see that I'm on the General tab, and it doesn't say Shortcut. Now, this is a triple state checkbox. If you're familiar with those, we have those in Access too, right? Yes, no, or null. Right now it's set to null, right? There's no, yes, with the check mark, and null. I wish they'd make that a different color or something. But this guy can confuse people sometimes. The third state, the null state, usually means it depends, right? For folders, Windows doesn't really use read-only attribute the same way it does for files. A check mark on a file means the file is marked read-only. But for folders, the little dash usually means that some files or subfolders may have the attribute set, or Windows might be using the attribute internally. But it doesn't mean that the file itself is write protected. And when you check this, if I check this and hit apply, it applies that setting to all the files and folders under it. All right, if you click apply, for example, it gives you this option here. It says apply changes to this folder, the subfolders, and the files. And you often don't get an option to change that one there too. But that's a whole different class. But what I'm trying to say is make sure that the folder that it's in at least has the little dash there, or it's off and it's not checked on. Right? You want to make sure you got read-write permissions to this folder. And if you're working with a company network, you may need to ask your IT department to verify the folder permissions. It's not enough to have read permission to this folder. You've got to have full read-write so you can create that lock file. And that's one of the security problems with Microsoft Access, is that anybody who has rights to use the database file, the backend especially, has full rights to that folder, so they can do anything they want to that file. So it's more of like a trusted setup solution. So be careful. That's why we want SQL Server for sensitive data. All right, next up, is someone else using the database in exclusive mode? Right, if your database is stored on a shared network, then that's a possibility. Now, normally it's not a problem. Access is designed so multiple people can work with the data at the same time, and that's actually one of its strengths. Right, you could have 6, 10, 15, 20 people working with the same database as long as they're just working with the data. The problem happens when someone opens the database in exclusive mode instead of shared mode. Right? Exclusive mode tells Access, I'm the only one allowed in here. And everyone else who tries to open the database may find themselves locked out or stuck in read-only mode. And it could also be, if you've got multiple people on your network that have design access, they can make changes to the designs of forms and reports and stuff. If someone's got a form in design mode, then that could prevent other people from opening the database. I run into that myself. It's just me here, but I got 3 computers. And yeah, sometimes I share database files, even though I know I shouldn't. But I'm the only one working on them, and I'm like, ooh, crap, I have this one open on Spock, and I'm trying to open it on Picard, and I've got it design mode over here, so I can't open it over here. It's a pain. So just make sure no one else has it open exclusively, or they're designing something. And it's not always a copy of Access either. Sometimes another program might have the database open. One example could be an Excel workbook that's connected to your Access database. Another could be backup software. Or even a virus scanner that's scanning the file. Also, cloud sync services like OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, those can interfere with Access by temporarily locking the file while they're syncing it. And that is why we do not use Microsoft Access with file sharing services. No, no, no. You can back up your files there, sure. Zip up your Access database and drop it in your OneDrive or your Dropbox folder. Okay. Do not run your Access database out of one of these folders. Watch this video for more information. But if you're not doing any of that stuff and you're the only person using the database and it's stored on your own computer, then that's probably not the problem. But a shared database, definitely worth asking everyone, hey, walk around and go, hey, you got the database open? Hey, how about you? You got the database open? We need to close it now. Now, if that doesn't work, it could be that something else is left behind after an access crash. And this could be a stuck lock file. Now, this is kind of rare, but I've seen it happen a few times. It's happened to me once or twice. Remember that little lock file we talked about before, the ACCDB file, right? Well, normally Access creates it when the database opens and then deletes it automatically when the last person closes the database. But computers aren't perfect. Networks aren't perfect. Access, as much as I love it, Access isn't perfect. It's like me. I love me, but I'm not perfect. Well, most days. But if Access crashes, or Windows locks up, or your computer loses power, or somebody force quits the program, which I've had to do a few times, that little lock file can get left behind even though nobody's actually using the database anymore. So when Access sees that file, it may assume another user still has the database open, and that can lead to read-only mode or other messages saying the database is already in use. The fix is usually simple, but there's one very important rule first. Make absolutely sure that everyone is out of the database first. Even if one person still has it open, deleting that lock file can cause some problems. So once you're certain nobody is using the database, look in the same folder as the database for that little file, that LACCDB or LDB file, right? If it's still there, you can safely delete it. It's hidden, so you might have to turn hidden files on, which it's under in your file explorer. Go to View, Show, and then Hidden Items, and you'll see it. I leave it on usually. But if you're sure no one else is using the database, then you can safely delete it and then try opening the database again. Next up, here's one that a lot of people don't know, surprisingly. It catches a lot of people by surprise. Take a look at the file extension on your database. If it ends with ACCDB, that's a normal editable access database. You can change tables, queries, forms, reports, VBA code, everything in the database, assuming you have permission. If it ends with ACCDE, this guy, that's basically a compiled version of the database. Developers create ACCDE files, encrypted files, right? Or execute-only files. I've seen both. This way they can distribute their application to users. Everything works, but you can't open forms or reports in Design View, and you can't edit the VBA code. That's not a bug. That's exactly what an ACCDE file is supposed to do. You can't see Design View. Right? Here's an ACCDE file that I released, right? You double-click on this, open it up. Right? And if you're in here, you can't right-click and hit Design View on anything, and you can't get into the code editor. Right? Everything's blank. Project Explorer is blank. You can't get into modules. Right? Project is unviewable. You can't see anything in here. Right? Okay, that's an ACCDE file. If you're a developer and you want to distribute your database to other people, you can make it an ACCDE so they can't make design changes or see your code. If you're developing for a multi-user network, I recommend giving your users an ACCDE file if they have no business making design changes to the database. It works all the same. You can still work with records and edit data and all that stuff. You just can't change the design of the database. And if you're trying to make design changes and your database is an ACCDE, the only real solution is to get the original ACCDB file from whoever developed the application. Yes, there are some services out there that can reverse compile them. We won't get into that today. Now, if you're just trying to edit the data, then an ACCDE shouldn't stop you. If you can't edit the records, then the problem is probably something else we've already discussed. This deals with design changes to the database. All right, now if you made it this far and your database still is opening in read-only mode, don't give up just yet. There's a few more things we can try. First, try compact and repair. This cleans up the database, removes unused space, and can fix minor corruption problems. Got a whole separate video on compact and repair, what it does, how to do it. Of course, I recommend you make a good backup of your database first before you start doing stuff to it. If your database came from another computer or the internet, make sure it's stored in a trusted location. All right, here's a video on that. If your database uses linked tables, remember that the problem might not be with the front end at all. If Access can't reach the linked tables, or you don't have permission to the folder on the server where the linked tables live, then the database might behave unexpectedly. If you don't know what linked tables are, go watch my split database video. Right, here's a linked table, and if you hover over it, you'll see where it's linked to. It's z:/599cdpaymentt.accdb. If you don't have access to that folder at the moment, then this table will not open. So you got to make sure you got that. You might have to relink your table. First thing I do is go to File Explorer and see if you can browse to that folder and see that file there. Make sure the file exists, right, and that you have access, read-write access to that folder. And if you do, if the database is there, you might need to relink the table. And also, if you suspect the database itself has become damaged, you can create a blank new Access database and then import all of the objects into it. Because sometimes it's the database file container itself that gets corrupted. Right? Make a blank new database file and just import all the objects. One at a time, I recommend. And then see if that works. And always, always, always make a backup. There's a reason why I made this big obnoxious slide, right? You should have a nightly backup running, monthly backup, nightly, all that. It's much easier to restore yesterday's backup than it is to recover a badly corrupted database. All right, so to wrap up with a simple checklist you can follow anytime Access opens in read-only mode. First, make sure you didn't accidentally open it read-only. Check the file itself, make sure it's not marked read-only in Windows and that it came from another computer or an email attachment. See if Windows has it blocked. I also didn't mention your virus scanner might have blocked it somehow. I don't like third-party virus scanners. I only like what comes with Windows. What do they call it? Defender or Windows Security now or whatever. I've seen third-party virus scanners cause problems with Access all the time. Check the folder. Remember, Access needs permission to create its lock file, so the folder has to be writable. If you're on a network, make sure no one else has the database open exclusively. Look for a stale lock file, a previous ACCDB file that was left behind. Verify you're working with a DB and not a DE file. Try a compact and repair. If necessary, try bringing stuff into a new database file. If you're still having issues, run down my troubleshooter. On this page, there's a video you can watch, and I try to list these in the order in which I think that they're the most relevant, right? Reboot your computer. You know, all of this common sense stuff I didn't mention in this video, otherwise the video would be 30 minutes long or longer. But, you know, restart Access, restart all your databases, restart Office, reboot the computer. Just go down this list if the stuff that I mentioned in this video isn't helping, right? All right, so the biggest takeaway today is that read-only doesn't usually mean your database is broken. Most of the time, it's Access protecting your data or Windows preventing Access from doing what it needs to do. All right, if you found today's video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe and post a comment down below and let me know what ended up causing your read-only problem, or if you've ever run into one that wasn't on my list. I want to know. But that's going to do it for your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by Access Learning Zone. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new to Microsoft Access, check out my Access Beginner Level 1 course. It's over 4 hours long and it covers all the basics like tables, queries, forms, and reports. It's a great place to start, and it's also completely free. Members of my channel get extended cut videos, sample databases, access to my code vault, and full training classes every month. Click the join button for details. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Rost with AccessLearningZone.com. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.